Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Plane here, and this is the third part of my little tutorial series I have on War Thunder. Specifically, this series is for aircraft, as I really am not the best at tanks. I do know the basics, so maybe I'll cover it if there's enough demand for it. But until then, here we are. So basically, this is the basic overview of the main 5 nations in the game, that being USA, Germany, Russia, Britain, and Japan. I can touch, and we'll throw in Italy actually, I'm sorry, and Italy. China, France, Sweden, Israel are very much kind of the background. There's nothing really important there for any of them until top tier. And even then, a lot of it is copy paste, and it's nothing really unique. French get the Rafale, China gets the J-10 and a cool Mirage. Sweden gets the Gripens, which I don't know how good they are anymore. In Israel, it's just basically different variants of American aircraft because geopolitics. But anyways, let's get down to the basics of each nation. So America is definitely a very linear style of aircraft. They're about average in terms of armament. Most of their guns will be 50 cals, and there will be some 20 millimeters thrown in there. But overall, as you progress the tree, you should become basically a fine art expert in 50 cals and knowing how to learn how to use your speed. American aircraft are extremely high-speed aircraft with kind of mediocre to average climb rates and mediocre to average turn rates. They work best in packs, as most aircraft do, but these guys can dictate the fight a lot more, especially with an experienced pilot, than any other branch in the game. Next up is Germany. It's classified by its very hard-hitting 20 millimeter cannons, insane climb rate, and very great energy retention. Now, they do accelerate pretty quickly, but they do tend to get beat out, especially in higher tiers, by the Russian aircraft and some of the British aircraft. These guys are energy fighters for the most part. The 190s are boom and zoomers, but they can do some energy fighting. Great defensive flyers, and the BF-109s have amazing low-speed handling characteristics. If a 109 has its nose pointed at you and it's stalling, it can still very well get its guns on target. So be careful. Russians, basically the meta of the game. You will have the most fun in these aircraft, but at the same time, it's not very rewarding because it's pretty much just brain dead. They are good at everything. The jack of all trades, master of none. Although their firepower has been increased substantially by changes to the Shavax cannons, they are now insane, highly accurate, high velocity, easy to aim, and do a much more amount of damage than they used to. All in all, they're characterized by insane climb rates, insane acceleration, and sometimes some bullshit top speed, and above average to average maneuverability. Now, Great Britain is kind of like a cross between Russia and Germany. They have some of the best climb rates in the game. Looking at you, LF Mark 9. There you are. Their maneuverability is amazing, bar none. Most things cannot keep up with them in a dogfight besides the Japanese and some Russian aircraft, but not all Russian aircraft can keep up with them. They are mainly known for their Hispano Mark II and Mark V cannons, which have an insane amount of reach and insane amount of stopping power, especially the Mark Vs. These aircraft have good climb rate, pretty good maneuverability, and some light to medium firepower for the most part. And then there's Japan. Japan is characterized by slowish aircraft, lowish acceleration aircraft, but high maneuverability and high climb rates, which makes them very difficult to deal with in planes with low climb rates but high speeds. Because these guys can just sit on your 6 and gain position, sometimes no matter what you do. They have about average firepower. Their 20 millimeters hit extremely hard, but they are kind of hard to aim. They're very low velocity. So if you think you're leading enough, lead a little bit more. But all in all, great aircraft, great for dogfighting, and you'll find a lot of players being more than happy to dogfight you. Then that brings us to Italy, which I would say is kind of a combination between Germany and Japan. Some of these aircraft are extremely maneuverable, some of these aircraft have insane climb rates, but they kind of take the lightweightness of the Japanese aircraft with the high-powered engine of Germany's and makes it for an extremely effective package. For example, the C205 Series 3, which I do have a video coming up on, is in an insane amount of aircraft. It really should be 5.0. And you get planes like the G55, which are really good, and the RA2000s, which is kind of like a BF-109 Spitfire sort of hybrid. And most of these aircraft do have some substantial firepowers between 1 and 3 20mm cannons, especially in Tier 3 and Tier 4. But as you get higher in the battle ratings, it becomes a bit more copy-paste. But you do get some unique aircraft like the AVMX is pretty cool. And that's kind of it, actually. And the area is it's so annoying to fight. Just don't dogfight it, please. But that's been the rundown on the main nations. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.